All right, everyone, on that note, we'd like to welcome you into Aliso Niguel versus Mission Viejo tonight. The national anthem sang by the always talented Ileana Capellan, senior at Aliso Niguel High School. As we welcome you in tonight for the game against the Mission Viejo Diablos, and this is definitely Aliso's toughest test of the year so far. Mission Viejo ranked number 3 in Orange County, 19-2 overall, 28th in state. We thought we were playing a tough team last week as we faced off against Elsinore, but it turns out that Mission Viejo is even a better opponent. However, Capo did beat them last week 46-43, but then again, Modern Day beat Mission Viejo 89-53. So we'll have to see what happens tonight as we hear at least Mission Viejo's starting lineup in the background. The Wolverines, again, this is a non-league test as we tune in for the Aliso Niguel Wolverine lineups.
At guard, 5'11" junior, number 3, Scott Moore. At guard, 6' senior, number 4, Jonah. Senior number 5, at the other guard, 6'6" senior number 15, and at center, senior number 34, Bombe. Aliso Niguel head coach is
All right, Sammy, as I welcome you into the broadcast tonight, what do you think about the game, dude? Does Aliso really have a chance against these high-powered Mission Viejo Diablos?
Well, this is definitely Aliso's biggest test so far this year. As you said, Mission Viejo's a tough team to beat, but if Aliso starts off strong and gets things rolling right off the bat, I don't see why not.
Well, that's been Aliso Niguel's really like the thing that they've been having problems with, especially in that game against Elsinore on Monday night. They just got off to an awful start. They definitely have to avoid that against Mission Viejo tonight.
Yeah, if they want to have any chance at winning, they cannot afford to start off slowly. They need to pick it up right from the get-go and play strong throughout the game.
Absolutely. Of course, Mission Viejo, just such a great team this year. They were a great team last year when Aliso Niguel went to Mission Viejo High School and lost in that close game. Again, at least this is a non-league game for Aliso as the ball is tipped and won. So that was number 25, Jaleel Pinner down low, and you might have heard Jaleel's name from football. He's a big football player at Mission Viejo. As the ball is advanced now, Jonah Gans has it. Look to give it out to Scott Lins. Ronnie Harris, Scotland's backup point guard, is out again tonight. So Scott Lins will be looking at more minutes as this plays to Luke Chapley, who'll pull up and make the nice mid-range jump shot. So nice quick score by Aliso Niguel, a nice execution by Luke Chapley there. As number 32, Evan Zeller brings it up and gives it off. Evan Zeller played last year as well in that game. Played really well against Aliso Niguel last year as that shot is missed by Stage Stone. Brian Fisher taking it up on the other end of the court. And Brian Fisher left all alone. This shot is short. Comes back and tips the ball, but Jaleel Pinner recovers it, brings it up court, gives it off to Zeller. And Zeller with the shot rimming in and out. Jaleel down low, and he will draw the foul. Jaleel looking to have a big advantage down low tonight. Not the tallest player, Sammy, but very strong and very powerful.
Yeah, he's definitely a force around the basket. Wolverines need to make sure that they push him out of the key and so that they could pull down the boards. I like the way this game has started off, though, so far, as Aliso's been looking to push the break right off the rebound, and but at the same time, they've been smart enough to slow it up when something's not there.
Absolutely. So Jaleel makes the first free throw. And he will line up for the second one here. Very loud and very enthusiastic student section here tonight, Sammy, on a Friday as Jaleel knocks in the second. It is 4-2 Mission Viejo.
Yeah, Mission Viejo's crowd is ranked top 10 by OC Varsity as the best crowds in the county.
You see Scott Lins right now dribbling off. We'd like to welcome another cameraman, Chris Krohn, here tonight. We thank him for his efforts. So we apologize for the parents in front of our main camera tonight. Cox 3 is here, everyone, so this is a Cox game of the week, and that's why if you were at the game tonight and you're rewatching this, that you see us up in the corner, is that's a nice little short shot by Sage Stone down low. So 2 easy baskets by Mission Viejo. Is 6-2 now. Scott Lins giving out to Jonah Gans from the corner. Gans drains the 3. Really like to see him get going tonight, Sammy.
Yeah, great ball movement by the Wolverines. They moved around quickly and were able to find the open man. Terrible job by Mission to leave a shooter like Jonah Gans wide open at the 3.
Yeah, Mission Viejo just wasn't ready really defensively right there. As that pass by Max Redfield is almost thrown out of bounds, but Michael Kramer recovers. He will look down low, ball knocked away. Recovered, however, Kramer gets it back, spin move on Matt Molnar and puts it up and draws the foul. Aliso Niguel is going to be in big trouble if Matt Molnar gets in early foul trouble, but that's already his second. So you see the scoreboard right now. We have 5:36 left with 6-5. So Aliso Niguel getting off to a better start this time.
Yeah, I like that move by Sage Stone. Matt Molnar just needs to do a better job to stay in front of him. And hopefully he won't get in foul trouble, as you said.
Yeah, Sage Stone definitely has a little bit of a height advantage on Matt Molnar. Sage Stone at 6'7", only a junior as well. Mission Viejo just really loaded with talent all throughout their roster, as Mission Viejo has the full court press on ahead to Luke, however. Brian Fisher will get it back. Brian Fisher will drive. That is blocked by Sage Stone, and he will be able to recover it. Nice defensive play by him as Jaleel pushes the pace. And that was a block by Luke Chapley on Evan Zeller. Ball still up in the air. Luke Chapley recovers it, and that will be a foul. Number 45, Sage Stone, picks up the foul. This is really a playoff atmosphere tonight, Sammy. As you can see, Mission Viejo's crowd here as well in good force.
Yeah, I love the way that this game has started. A very high-intensity game, and both crowds definitely getting very into it.
So Luke Chapley will bring it up here. Nice behind the back. He's working on Jaleel. Will give it back to Fisher. Scott Lins will set it up here. Scott Lins very instrumental in their game against Elsinore, being able to break the full court press as he gives it off to Brian with the wide 3, and he'll just be off. Nice pick though by Matt Molnar. Brian Fisher had a good look at that one. As that is a nice drive by Michael Kramer. Gets the easy 2. So it's 8-5 now. Jonah in the corner. Give it off to Matt. Matt puts it up, and Matt unable to knock down the point-blank play. You got to be able to put those in, Sammy.
That was a smart decision by Jonah Gans. Everyone knows he's a shooter, so he decided to pump fake and drive. Matt Molnar just needs to put that one in.
So Scott Lins taking the jumper on the other end. He'll knock it in. Nice shot by Scott Lins. And yeah, absolutely, Wolverines, this is a great start for them. Yeah, still down by 3, but they've gotten some excellent looks at the basket, and they've had a lot of great opportunities on the offensive end. This is Evan Zeller working at the top of the key. He will get it back, working on Scott Lins. Gives it off, that's Kramer now, back to Zeller. Zeller driving in the lane, stopped by Matt Molnar. And Matt Molnar with the rebound, nice job by him. Knocked away, however, Jaleel will recover and put it back in. Great play by Evan Zeller, the junior, 6'3". Really doing a nice job there at denying the ball from the Wolverines after the rebound. As Matt Molnar will get it here and push it ahead. That's Luke Chapley, and Luke will miss. That's a 3 knocked down by Michael Kramer. So just like that, it's 15-7 Mission Viejo. You really see how talented these guys really are, Sammy.
Yeah, the Wolverines need to do a better job of getting back on the fast break and contesting the Diablo shots.
As that pass was stolen away by Michael Kramer, who's having a really great start tonight, intended for Luke Chapley, and Mission Viejo will set up some more offense. Kramer looks to go right, will give it down to Stone. Give it back to Zeller. Zeller looks for the play. Jonah presses up on him as Zeller is able to give it back to Kramer. A little confused, Jonah Gans gives it off to Jaleel. Jaleel will drive on Luke. Jaleel unable to make the shot, but rebound by Stone. Stone's really giving the Wolverines some troubles inside with his height. So that shot is missed there by Redfield, and the Wolverines will get the rebound.
It seems like the Wolverines are having some problems communicating defensively, as a couple times on that last play, Evan Zeller was left completely wide open, which is not something they could afford to do.
Fisher working on Jaleel, a little short there on the shot, but Matt Molnar gets it back. Brian Fisher from three, drains it. Nice shot by Brian Fisher. Brian able to make that shot all the time in warm-ups and puts it in here in the game. Really needed that one, the Wolverines. It's now 15-10.
I love this matchup in this game. Brian Fisher on Evan Zeller, both the top players on the team and in the county. Should be exciting to watch this game.
As a foul called there on, looks like that was on Zeller as he was driving. So the Wolverines will get the ball back here.
Checking into the game for the Wolverines is number 44, Mark Morris.
1:36 left here in the first quarter. Game really fast-paced and high energy, just as we were expecting. Luke Chapley will get the ball here down low to Mark Morris, and Mark Morris puts it in. Great job by the Wolverines passing through the press and getting an open, easy shot for Mark Morris, who's come in for Matt Molnar now at the center position.
Yeah, good job. Good offensive awareness by Luke Chapley to make that pass.
What a play by Zeller, driving inside and putting in a pretty layup. As Scott Lintz will drive in here. That shot will be blocked by Stone, but a foul called. Nice job by Scott Lintz using his body to his advantage on that play.
Yeah, I like his intensity to drive and not even be afraid by the 6'7" center who's standing in front of him. Good job by Scott Lintz.
Scott will put in the first free throw. He will miss the second, however, and that'll be Kramer with the rebound. So the Wolverines down by 4 here with about 50 seconds in the first. Foul called and shot made. Zeller with the drive. So we'll have an and one opportunity for Evan Zeller.
The Wolverines need to put someone else on Zeller, as Matt Molnar and now Mark Morris have been guarding him a lot during this game. And with that matchup, Evan Zeller will take him to the hoop 9 times out of 10.
Absolutely. Zeller very talented, very athletic as he misses the free throw. However, that's Austin Ruland, who's checked in number 3 right now with the ball with the rebound. And it looks like they'll try to milk the clock for one of the final shots of the quarter. This is Zeller on Mark Morris, gives it off. That's Ruland. Ruland missing. Mark Morris with the rebound. Able to give it to Brian Fisher with 20 seconds left. The Wolverines looking to have the last shot here in the first quarter. And Brian Fisher will take it in, unable to put it in. Mark Morris with the putback, not in as well. And Zeller taking it back up the floor. Give it to Jaleel down low. Or excuse me, that's Mark Redfield. And a foul called on the inbound, so Wolverines will retain the possession, but only 1.1 seconds left here. Maybe they can throw up a prayer. So yeah, of course, that last second heave does not go as we welcome you into our little corner of the gym today. Whereas, of course, Cox 3 is here tonight, so we're over here for this time. So, Sammy, Wolverines got off to a pretty good start, but already down 8 now at the end of 1. What do they have to do next?
Yeah, they did start off great, but they need to do a better job defensively. They're not getting back quickly enough, and they're having some troubles communicating defensively. They need to make sure they know where their man is at all times and make sure that they don't get any easy, wide open shots.
Yeah, absolutely. The Wolverines need to be able to score pretty efficiently, as Mission Viejo is going to be putting up points all night long, as we've seen in the first quarter. Really very good players, and Evan Zeller, Michael Kramer, that are going to drive on these Wolverines all night long, especially Matt Molnar with the 2 early fouls. It looks like Mark Morris is going to have to step up here in the second quarter, so we'll have to see how that goes as the teams take the floor once again here, and we get ready to start the second quarter. The Wolverines will keep the same lineup on the floor, except Jake Smith and Kai Sato will check in. Jonah Gans handling the ball, gives it off to Jake Smith. Finds Brian Fisher. Fisher going left, almost able to put it in, gets his rebound, and the foul before the shot. Guy got hit in the face a little bit on that one and be able to take the ball out. So Jonah Gans to inbound here. Be able to give it to Fisher. And Brian will be called with the double dribble there.
Brian Fisher clearly frustrated by the pressure put on him. He was looking for a foul to be called there.
Yeah, that was Austin Ruland all over him right there, but can't double dribble even if you're being defended really well, and Mission Viejo will have it once again. That's Zeller with the 3. It'll be a little bit long, but Redfield with the rebound. Zeller will get it back, look in the corner. That shot's good. It's Michael Kramer once again. So the Wolverines down 11 now, 24-13. See if they can get any offense going with this second unit, as Jonah will give it off to Brian. Brian down to Luke, and Luke with the nice reverse, unable to put it in, but gets 2 shots.
Good move by Luke Chapley. Nice reverse layup. He just needs to make sure that he puts it in, even though there's a little bit of contact on the play.
So Luke drains the first free throw. Luke Chapley actually had 18 points, tying Brian Fisher for the game lead against Elsinore on Monday night. A rare, very scoring performance from Luke Chapley, who's usually, he does score a lot, Sammy, but not 18 points, so hopefully he can replicate that performance tonight here against Mission Viejo.
Yeah, he's definitely a key component in the Wolverines' offense, and if the Wolverines won't have any chance at winning tonight, they definitely need him to put up some points.
That was a nice deflection on the other end by Fisher, who takes it in right there and unable to put it in. But Jonah Gans gets the ball back. Luke Chapley point blank puts it right in. So Wolverines benefiting on the Mission Viejo turnover.
Good steal and pass by Jonah Gans. Brian Fisher seems to be having some trouble finishing around the rim tonight, as there's the 6'7" Sage Stone.
Yeah, you're not used to seeing that from Brian Fisher, unable to finish around the rim, but Mission Viejo, again, very tall, very strong, very athletic. He's having a lot bigger matchup problems tonight. Gotta like him, though, driving and trying to get those easy points. That's Michael Kramer putting up the 3, and he'll be short. Jonah Gans with the rebound. And Luke Chapley will bring it up. Back to Fisher. And back to Jonah with the 3. That's a little bit short. Kai Sato tipping it, unable to collect it. And Evan Zeller brings it back up, and a foul called on Fisher there. Thought he had the steal. Definitely not happy with that call at all, but
crowd definitely not happy either, as I thought that it was definitely a questionable call, but the refs did what they saw best.
So Aliso Niguel only down 7, 5:45 left in the second quarter here. as Ruland will bring the ball up for Mission Viejo. Redfield will get it back to Coral Anderson, number 21, who's now checked in for the Diablos. This is Kramer working on Jake Smith. Kramer down low. The reverse is a little long, but Stone down there getting the rebound. Luke Chapley collecting Stone's miss. So Stone really asserting his height down low so far, but unable to really put up too many points as Jonah gives it to Luke and back to Fisher. Nice crossover between the legs with the three, a little short from Fisher as Kai Sato with the rebound. Chapley passing up the shot back to Jake Smith, and Jake will put it up way long. You like to see that from Brian Fisher. Great play right there by Fisher, wrestling that ball away from Ruland and able to put up the easy basket. Maybe that will get him going a little bit, Sammy.
Yeah, good fight by Kai Sato and Brian Fisher to keep the play alive.
As we see a foul called on the other end, looks like it's on Jake Smith. It'll be Jake Smith's first foul of the night. As you see Aliso's Niguel's fan section standing up in the foreground as Ruland checks out for Mission Viejo. Redfield gets it back to top of the key, loses it, and Scott Lins picks it up. Scott down at the other end, and he'll put it up but draw the foul. So Scott Lins will have two shots. That's the second personal on Zeller. So Scott Lins making the first, and Wolverines cut it to a 4-point deficit. 40-32 left in the second here, 24-20. Now Diablo's leading.
Free throws are going to be a recurring component in this game, as we've seen in the previous games. The Wolverines are going to get to the line a lot this game, and they need to make sure that they're able to convert.
As Scott Lins makes the second one, and absolutely right, Sammy. Elsinore, they missed a lot of free throw opportunities, especially in the first half, and that really hurt them coming down the stretch, where all those points definitely matter. As that was a nice little dive by Sage Stone, able to get the easy put in. Brian Fisher will get knocked away, and Scott Lins back, giving it to Jake Smith. Jake draining the three-pointer. Aliso Niguel, if they're going to win tonight, they really need those points off the bench, and that was a great job by Jake Smith right there, knocking down the wide-open three.
Yeah, the Diablos are disrespecting Jake by leaving him so wide open at the three, so he decided to put it down.
After that basket, it's 28-24 here. That was a nice basket at the other end by Zeller. Kai Sato will pass up the three and drive, looking for the pass, and that'll be off Stone's foot. Matt Molnar will check in. It looks like Kai Sato got banged up on that last play where he took the charge on Zeller, and Matt Molnar will check back in with two fouls. We'll have to watch his foul situation tonight. Luke Chapley will inbound it to Matt. Brian Fisher to Matt down low. And Matt will put it up and one. Nice job from Matt Molnar, able to use his strength to put that one up. And he will have a free throw.
Yeah, Matt Molnar, definitely one of the more physical players for Aliso Niguel, and he's able to play through the contact and put it in. Good job by him to be in the right position at the right time.
As Matt misses the first free throw, but the Wolverines still have cut it to two here, 28-26. Got Zeller driving again, Stone putting it up but drawing the foul. See some frustration from the Wolverines as every time Mission drives, they're able to either put one in or draw the foul. That's the first foul on Luke Chapley tonight. Stone will make the first. really tight game here in the second quarter, Sammy. Mission Viejo only a 3-point lead. You really like to see that from the Wolverines, not giving up early when they were down, as Stowe makes the misses the second, excuse me. And the Wolverines right in the thick of things here. Brian looking to drive, nice play by Evan Zeller, tapping it away from him, going on the fast break, and he will be fouled, looks like by Jake Smith. You see we're just inside 3 minutes left to play here in the second quarter.
Yeah, this turning out to be a defensive game tonight, as it's all about who's getting more steals and forcing more stops on the defensive end.
This is just like Mission Viejo's last game against Capo Valley, where they only won by 3, and Capo won by 3, and the final score only 46-43. So definitely not a high-scoring game at all, especially coming off those games against Elsinore, where both teams scored in the 70s, and then pretty much the demolishing of San Clemente and San Juan, where Aliso Niguel scored 80 apiece in those games.
Brian Fisher seems to have picked up a technical foul for saying something to the ref, it seems.
Definitely saw a lot of that last season. Not as much so far this season, but a technical here by Brian Fisher doesn't help his cause, although Zeller will miss the free throw, so we'll have one more.
Yeah, Brian Fisher, definitely a more passionate player. He has definitely worked hard and toned it down over the years, but he still's got some work to do.
Zeller makes the second two. We'll have one more here. We'll make that one as well, so 3 of 4 from the line. We also took the 2 foul shots that were called earlier, and now he will inbound, and Mission Viejo getting the ball back, so potential 7-point swing here for the Diablos if they can make a shot after the 3 free throws.
Coach Barnett pulling out Brian Fisher to let him cool down for a bit as Mauricio Campos replaces him.
Mission Viejo, of course, looking to take advantage of when Brian Fisher isn't on the floor. Of course, Brian being Aliso Niguel's best player, and the smaller Mauricio Campos now in guarding Michael Kramer. That looks to be a mismatch in Kramer's favor as Zeller works on Jake Smith, back out to Kramer. Shot just a little bit long. Fight for the rebound. And it looks like a foul will be called on Redfield.
Wolverines got a lucky break on that play, as you can't let someone as good as Kramer to be wide open on the 3-point line like that.
So both teams now in the bonus. Both teams with 8 fouls apiece. So Jake Smith will have a couple shots here. He'll miss the first. And rebound by Redfield. So Mission Viejo looking to extend its advantage, right now up by 6. That's Anderson with the ball at the top of the key, working on Matt Molnar, gets by him, unable to put in the layup, however, gets his own rebound, and Anderson puts it back in. So a timeout by the Wolverines here, stop the bleeding. Went from only down by 2 to now down by 8. 1 minute, 58 seconds left here in the second quarter. Sammy, what do the Wolverines have to do here to kind of slow down this Diablos and make sure that it's not an insurmountable disadvantage going into halftime?
Well, they need to do a better job of rotating on defense. If one player gets beat, another player needs to move over and fill the open gap, as the Diablos are getting way too many wide open looks on the Wolverines tonight.
Yeah, the Wolverines really, they can't allow those wide open shots against an offense like Mission Viejo, where players like Michael Kramer and Evan Zeller are really going to be able to make their own offense, even if they're well guarded. They're such good players. So we'll see if Aliso Niguel can come out here in the last minute, 58, and cut this deficit just a little bit.
Brian Fisher checks back in.
They can't expect to have Brian Fisher out of the game for long, especially against Mission Viejo. Mauricio will have the ball here at the top of the key, looking to give it away, and his pass intended for Jake Smith intercepted. That's Anderson going down the other way and putting in the easy basket. A nice play by Anderson, and the Wolverines have to get some points on the board here before Mission Viejo opens up too big of a gap here. Brian Fisher driving the lane and putting it in. Nice play by Brian Fisher, as he will get the easy basket. Good ball movement by Mission. Zeller gives it back to Kramer. And Zeller gets it back here, now working on Luke Chapley. Pass almost intercepted by Scott Linz, and shot called off, and a travel will be called on Redfield down low, so the Wolverines get a break there. Less than 1 minute to play now, 59 seconds and counting. Scott Linz will bring the ball up the floor. That's Luke working on Redfield. Luke backing him down, taking the pull-up jumper. A nice play by Jake Smith right in front of the table right here, and being able to knock that ball off Anderson at the last second, so the Wolverines will regain possession. 39 seconds left to play here in the first half. As the Wolverines do get a new shot clock. Mauricio will pump fake, go right, give it back to Scott Linz, and look to set up a play. Jake Smith will drive in right. We'll just have a rim in and out on him. Like to see him driving like that though, Sammy. Nice aggressive play.
Yeah, good drive by Jake Smith. He may want to dish at that last moment as 3 Diablos converged on him. So that means that 2 Wolverines were wide open on that play.
Zeller gives it off in the corner to Anderson. And Anderson sinks the 3 before the buzzer. So the Wolverines able to cut it to 2 at one point in the second quarter. Will now have an 11-point deficit entering the second half. It is 39-28 Mission Viejo. Good first quarter and first half of the second quarter by the Wolverines, however, but just unable to finish out through until the end of the second.
Yeah, after Brian Fisher got that technical, the Wolverines seemed to collapse defensively as the Diablos went on to get a 10-2 run, which definitely hurt the Wolverines.
Yeah, absolutely. The Wolverines really hard for them to give up that many points at the end of the quarter, but we'll see if they're able to come back here in the third quarter and put some more points on the board.
Yeah, definitely. This is definitely going to be a tough battle for the Wolverines to claw back from this deficit, but they can definitely do it if they work hard defensively and put some points on the offensive end.
Absolutely. So we'll see how the Wolverines respond in the third. We'll be back in a couple minutes after halftime. During halftime right now, Varsity Cheer, and then Aliso and Niguel's dance team will take the stage. So enjoy that. We'll be right back. All right, everyone, welcome back here to Mission Viejo at Aliso, Niguel. As we near the start of the second half, it is 39-28, Diablos on top. As we look at the scoring summary for the Aliso Niguel Wolverines through 2 quarters, Brian Fisher leading with 7 points, followed by Scott Lins with 6. Luke Chapley has 4. Jake Smith and Jonah Gans with 3 apiece, and Molnar with 2 points as well. So really not anyone able to get going that much, Sammy. It's been pretty consistent throughout the lineup, but really no outstanding performance or no performance that's really let the Wolverines crawl out from under this Mission Viejo lead.
Yeah, it's a really evenly spread scoring distribution, but we'd like to see Brian Fisher kind of finish around the rim more, as he's gotten some great looks around the basket. He just hasn't been able to convert with the physical big man of the Diablos.
So Kramer will bring it up, give it down to Jaleel. Jaleel guarded by Matt Molnar will give it out to Zeller. Zeller gets Scott Linz up in the air, now takes the three. That'll be a little bit long. Brian Fisher able to get the board down low, and Scott Linz will run it up. Scott pull up with the jumper and nails it. Nice shot by Scott Linz. Scott now leading the team with 8 points. As Redfield will get it here, driving inside. That shot short. Jaleel with the rebound, working on Molnar, and that's a traveling violation. Nice defense by Matt Molnar, keeping his feet.
Great defense by Matt Molnar to keep his feet on the ground, and even if Jaleel didn't get that travel called on him, Molnar still would have blocked the shot. So good job by him.
So Scott Linz able to bring it up. Brian Fisher going to the hoop, and that is Stone with the rejection. The 6'7" Stone, who slips here at the other end. And yeah, just as you were saying at the beginning of the third quarter, Mission Viejo's height has really given Fisher some problems, as his main game is driving, as Stone gets the easy look working against Scott Linz.
Yeah, he won't be able to just power it through and just go up with it as he normally has been able to in previous games. He's going to need to gather himself and throw some pump fakes to get him in the air.
That ball out of bounds on Redfield. And the Wolverines will inbound here. So Scott Linz looking to run a play here. We'll go left, we'll dribble back. 15 on the shot clock. Pass it down low to Matt Molnar. And that'll be a foul called on Zeller. It's not a smart foul on Zeller right there, as Matt Molnar was looking to pass. So 41-30 here with 6:32 left in the third. That's the third personal for Zeller. Gotta watch those fouls here.
This is the time for the Wolverines to narrow this lead with Zeller out. As Brian Fisher takes a three and drains it. Good shot by Fisher.
We've really seen Brian Fisher improve his three-point shooting this year. Like last year, it was a struggle for him beyond the arc, but this year, he's been able to jump up and make those shots with ease.
Yeah, he's made a lot of adjustments to his shot over the past year, and you could definitely see the improvement.
That's Jaleel putting in the basket for the Diablos, so Fisher will bring it back up. Jaleel working on him. Oh, I don't know about that one, Sammy. Matt Molnar was called for the foul right there on the screen of Jaleel. Coach Barnett obviously upset as well. Looked like Matt Molnar had good position right there, but the ref decided that he must have stuck out his shoulder or something, so Mission Viejo will get the ball back.
Yeah, the ref must have seen something that I didn't see, because I didn't think that was a foul either.
Jaleel spinning away from the basket, unable to put it in. Nice defense by Molnar that time, making Jaleel take a kind of a crazy shot falling away from the basket, as Scott Linz with the juke and with the wide open jumper, just a little short, but Molnar with the rebound. Goes up, Stone with the rejection, but a foul called as well. Nice shot by Matt Molnar, keeping his ground down low and able to grab that board.
At least from my perspective, that seemed to be a clean block by Stone, but the Wolverines will benefit as Molnar goes to the line.
And Matt will make his first free throw. Score now 43-34 in favor of the Diablos. Another low-scoring game here, just as we expected, Sammy.
Anderson checks in for Stone, as Stone is now in some foul trouble.
Wolverines like to see that, although Anderson is definitely a bigger scoring threat than Stone is. So Anderson made a couple threes from and that will be called a timeout for Mission Viejo. So Sammy, going forward here in the third quarter, what do the Wolverines have to continue to do here?
Well, they've definitely picked up their defense in this third quarter, especially with Matt Molnar making some great shots on Jaleel. And right now, with Zeller and Stone out, the Wolverines need to capitalize offensively, and they definitely want to take it to the basket, as the Diablos won't have their 6'7" presence down low.
Absolutely, Brian Fisher definitely has to like this substitution here, so looks to give him a little bit more room inside as we head back to the game here with the Wolverines on defense.
Yeah, this is definitely a time for the Wolverines to begin their comeback from this 9-point deficit.
So Brian working on Anderson, who will give it off to Ruling. Ruling working on Linz. As Jonas matched up on Jaleel down low, it's a mismatch, but that'll be Kramer putting in the jumper. And the Diablo lead back up to 11. See the power of Jaleel around that screen right there as Brian Fisher puts up the wild jumper. Matt Molnar saving it, however, and Jonah will get it back. Nice job by Matt Molnar. So I was saying earlier, Jaleel just running almost through that screen by Matt Molnar, who's not a little guy, as Scott Linz with the excellent shot down low, avoiding the block and drawing the foul. What a play by Scott Linz.
Yeah, that was a great move by Scott Linz, very acrobatic, as he was able to play through the foul and somehow convert those 2 points.
And he makes the three-point play. Wolverines really needed that one right there. Cuts the lead to 8 for Mission Viejo. Definitely a highlight reel moment right there for Scott Linz. That was excellent. As Wolverines pick up the defensive pressure right now. Ruling on Fisher. Redmond giving it off to Anderson, who goes by Luke. Luke coming back, however, makes a nice block.
Yeah, good recovery by Luke Chapley to make that block.
And another foul called here. That foul called on Matt Molnar. So as Kramer will make the and one. Wolverines playing good defense at first, but unable to get the rebound, and then Mission Viejo able to use their athleticism to get to the hoop. As Luke Chapley works on Anderson here. Pass down to Molnar, and Molnar will put it up with the foul. You see a lot of fouling going on right now here in the third quarter. Both teams already with 3.
Yeah, this game is turning out to be very physical. Good court vision by Luke Chapley to find Molnar the open man. Unfortunately, he lost it a bit with his left hand and wasn't able to make it. Molnar missing his first. He seems to be struggling at the line tonight as he's missed a couple from the charity strike.
That's not helping at all, Sammy, especially the Wolverines really can use any points they can get. See if Matt can knock down his second. He's short on that one as well, so upset with himself. He's running down the court as Anderson will get it. Anderson back to Kramer. Jaleel working down low on Luke Chapley, and now they switch back to Matt Molnar. They're looking to get the ball inside to him as that passes off the shin of Matt Molnar, who will pick it up and give it to Jonah Gans. Nice play, and Scott Linz will take it in. That shot altered by Ruin, but gets it back with a nice steal in the left-hand finish. Scott Linz making some pretty great plays here in this third quarter.
Yeah, great hustle by Scott Linz. The Wolverines all around have been hustling very hard, and when they make a mistake, they make sure to get back and do everything they can to fix it.
Another foul called down low. That one's on Luke Chapley.
Coach Barnett telling his team that they just need to keep their hands straight and not always go for the block.
This is Max Redfield, the junior, 6'1" at the line. He'll miss the first free throw. Mission Viejo looking to have another excellent team next year, as there's only 2 seniors on their roster. One, Michael Kramer, the other, Austin Rulin, but everyone else, or excuse me, Jaleel, also a senior. But Stage Stone, Evan Zeller, and just about everyone else, juniors on this team, looking to be very good next year. Just like the Wolverines are very good this year after having a lot of seniors graduate.
Yeah, the Wolverines are going to have some trouble now as Zeller and Stone have both checked back into the game.
Nice drive left by Luke Chapley, but unable to put in the floater.
Scott Lynn's called for the foul on Sage Stone. That was a good foul by Scott Lynn's to not let Stone just get the easy bucket, and we'll see if he's able to convert these 2 free throws.
Mission Viejo really now starting to use their size and getting to the bucket, as Jonah Gans, Scott Linz, all of these players smaller than Mission Viejo, as Kai Soto and Jake Smith have now checked in. That'll be Stage Stone making the free throw, and Jonah Gans will push it up and see what the call is. That'll be a foul on Max Redfield.
Diablo's coach thought Jonah Gans stepped on the line. He was calling at the ref to call out of bounds. And Redfield comes out with his 3rd personal with Yoakum replacing him.
Redfield not very happy about that call. So Wolverines need to get some scoring going here. Already down by 12 now, 51-39. Be a jumper by Scott Linz, and he puts it in. Nice 3-point basket. Scott Linz really doing wonders for the Wolverines here, as Anderson answers right back.
That's definitely frustrating the Wolverines to get a nice 3-pointer from Scott Linz and then just have it answered back on the other end by the Diablos.
Jake Smith a little long on the jump shot. And the Diablos keep a 11-point lead. And Scott Linz with the great hustle, able to grab that board away from Ruland, and will take it back up. Pull up for another 3. That one just short.
Scott Linz is definitely all over the place tonight. He's hustling really hard as he's defending Zeller.
The 2nd straight game now for Scott Linz, where he's been on the floor the majority of the minutes here played. Again, his backup, Ronnie Harris, out tonight, still with that ankle injury, as Stone is left wide open down low and puts in the easy basket. Sammy, this game kind of starting to look like the Capo Valley game in a way, where as that's a timeout called by Coach Barnett. So I was saying this game is starting to look a little bit like Capo Valley, where Wolverines off to a decent start, but unable to sustain their offense through all 4 quarters.
Yeah, they're having trouble to play well through all 4 quarters. Usually they play well in the second half of their games, but that doesn't seem to be the case tonight, as they started off very strong and then just seem to begin to lose it starting in the second half of the 2nd quarter. And I mean, they definitely need to start picking it up.
Yeah, absolutely. Mission Viejo doing an excellent job of shutting down Brian Fisher, only with 10 points now. So you think Brian Fisher should be able to get a little bit more points on the board already most of the way through the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, Scott Lynn's doing his best to step up for his team, but it just doesn't seem to be enough, as they're still losing by 13 points. They need someone else like Luke Chapley or Jonah Gans or Matt Molnar to fill the void that has been left by Brian Fisher's unusual low-scoring performance.
Absolutely, and the Wolverines, this is kind of speaking to their inexperience as well. Their bench hasn't really been able to step up here in a big way against opponents such as Capo Valley and Elsinore and Mission Viejo. So that's Jake Smith down low to Kai Sato. And Sato puts in the easy basket. Nice job by Jake Smith looking to pass that one away once he got into the paint. Just as you mentioned earlier, when someone rotates to cover you, someone else is wide open. Jake Smith did a good job finding him there. That's Kramer going in. Brian Fisher with the block from behind. Great play by Brian Fisher, and Scott Linz with the rebound, taking it coast to coast. And Scott having the ball just rim out on him, but Kai Sato with the rebound. Scott Linz really putting it on his shoulders right now in the third quarter. You really like his effort.
Yeah, I like that drive by Scott Linz. Not even afraid to go up against 6'7" Sage Stone.
And Kai Sato put it in another basket, so the Wolverines cut it down to 9. Nice little run here at the end of the third quarter and see if they can hold Mission to no points here as Jonah Gans comes over and fouls Sage Stone. Nice foul by Jonah Gans as Stone had an open path to the basket.
Yeah, if Jonah Gans had a couple more inches on his height or his reach, he definitely would have had that block. But great effort by him and good defensive positioning.
Stone with 2 shots. First one will be a bit short, but will fall. Lead back up to 10 for the Diablos. 8.5 seconds now in the third. As Stone will check out for number 5, Jake Bedard. Bedard not getting much playing time tonight. We will see some action here at the last couple seconds of the third as Scott Linz brings it up. Look to see what the call is. And that will be a foul on number 15.
Timeout by Coach Barnett. He's going to want to draw up a play with for the Wolverines as there's 1.5 seconds left on the clock in the third quarter.
Yeah, 1.5 seconds. Who do you want to give it to right here?
They'll probably be looking for Jonah Gans or Brian Fisher. Obviously, you want to put it in Brian Fisher's hands as he's the best player on the team right now. But also, Jonah Gans, their three-point specialist. And you might even want to give it to Scott Linz as he's having a great game tonight, and he's been on from beyond the arc.
Definitely, Scott really on fire here in the third quarter. So any of those options really, but you just have to remember you just got to get it off right away. And we'll see what the Wolverines end up running here.
Jonah Gans is probably a good option as he has a very quick release and is still able to put it in.
See if Aliso can get any separation from the Diablos as they give it to Fisher. Fisher puts up the 3, and that's just a little bit long. Not a terrible look, however, from Fisher, but unable to put it in.
A little far out, but he was still able to at least come close to making it.
Yeah, so at the end of the third quarter, we have some points for you. Brian Fisher with 10 total. Scott Linz with 10 points in the third quarter, bringing his total up to 16. Scott Linz is really doing it for the Wolverines here tonight. Molnar adds a point from the free throw line to bring his total to 3 tonight. Maybe like to see him get more involved. And then again, Kai Sato has put in 4 points as well to get on the board here in the third. So,
yeah, as Brian Fisher's been struggling from the Diablos' defensive pressure, Scott Linz has definitely stepped up in trying to pick up his team, but he's not able to do it all by himself. He definitely needs someone else to step up, and he's just not seeing it from the other starters or the bench.
Yeah, absolutely. The Wolverines just looking for a more consistent scoring threat to go alongside Scott Linz at this point. They're only down 11, however, and we've seen crazier things happen. The Wolverines definitely can come back into this game.
Yeah, there's more than enough time for a comeback. They just need to pick it up defensively, make sure that they get some stops on the defensive end, and someone needs to step up other than Scott Linz and Brian Fisher offensively.
Absolutely. We'll see who that might be here in the fourth quarter as the Wolverines will start with the ball. Aliso keeping the same lineup on the floor. Brian working on Jaleel, backing down, look for Sato down low. And Kai Sato putting in the points.
Good job by Brian Fisher to draw the double team and dish it off to Kai Sato, the open man.
And Stone back in the game, even able to get the easy pass and put in the easy 2. Stone's really gotten going here in the second half, able to put in a lot of points.
That's a play that's been run more than a few times by the Diablos tonight. The Wolverines just haven't been able to find an answer to his height.
And Scott Linz, once again, great pass from Jonah Gans getting into the paint and then a little behind the back. Brian Fisher patted him on the butt right there. Very nice job by Jonah Gans. And of course, Scott Linz being able to finish once again, just going off here in the second half.
Yeah, Jonah Gans, very smart player, able to find Scott Linz cutting across the baseline. And a little flashy pass right there that the crowd obviously loves as Scott Linz is able to convert the free throw.
Scott Linz really single-handedly almost keeping the Wolverines in this at this point. Really having the game of his career so far, I would say. Really being able to make some spectacular plays against some really good defense from Mission Viejo.
Yeah, good job by the Wolverines so far in the fourth quarter to cut the lead down to 8. Hopefully they'll be able to sustain their performance.
As Jaleel is able to grab the board and just use his brute strength and put that one up. Jaleel used to play fullback on Mission Viejo's football team, and obviously Mission Viejo always a perennial contender in the Pac-5 in football. And a foul is called.
Luke Chapley not happy about that one.
Couldn't quite see what happened there, but it looks like the Wolverines will be hit with that one. Away from the ball, too. Wolverines down by 10, 61-51 here. Great foul by Jonah Gans on Evan Zeller. They're unable to put up the shot as Zeller, and Mission Viejo's coach Troy Rowland looking maybe for more than a foul on that one. And are they going to call a flagrant here, Sammy? Yes, they are. It looks like they're going to call a flagrant foul on Jonah Gans.
Seems a bit unusual that they would call a flagrant so late after the play. And at least from my perspective, yes, it was a hard foul, but Jonah Gans was going for the ball.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't agree with that one at all. It's like you want to protect player safety, and obviously Evan Zeller got hit pretty hard on that one, but definitely Jonah was going for the ball. Didn't just hit him in the head or tackle him, so tough break for the Wolverines here as Zeller will make the first 2 free throws.
Yeah, and it was actually Jake Smith's fault defensively as Brian Fisher called out for the switch on Evan Zeller, and Jake Smith must not have heard it, and so Jonah Gans had to pick up the slack and try and foul Zeller.
Yeah, you see Jake Smith not back on the floor here as Coach Barnett not very happy with that defense. Luke Chapley will check back in, same with Matt Molnar. And nice defense by Jonah Gans that time. And a traveling violation called on Brian Fisher. Brian really not having that great of a game so far. He's having a tough go of it tonight. And the Wolverines will take a timeout here.
Yeah, Brian Fisher just was trying to do too much on that fast break as he was looking at a cutting Luke who looked like he wanted the alley-oop, which Brian Fisher must have been deciding whether or not to go for it, as it's kind of ill-advised with such an important game on the line.
Yeah, well, we saw Luke put together one against Elsinore, but yeah, definitely that's not what you want to look for. I'm sure Coach Barnett is talking to them in the huddle about that as Diablos are up 63-51, 12-point deficit with 6:18 left in the fourth quarter. Sammy, what do the Wolverines have to do here to stay in the game and hopefully come back?
Well, the Wolverines did start off strong, and they have been playing well so far, minus a few turnovers, but they got an unfortunate break with the flagrant foul. They just need to make sure that they stop the Diablos defensively. It's not enough just to foul them, as they've been pretty consistent from the line tonight. They need to actually force some turnovers from the Diablos.
Yeah, the Wolverines can't continue in this back and forth scoring as Mission Viejo just too good to let them score consistently as Jaleel works on Chapley. We'll give it off to Redfield. And that's number 45, Stone with the jumper. lead now to 14. That pass to Luke Chapley is knocked away by Kramer. Will stay with Aliso, however,
Good.
as we get under 6 minutes to play.
Good cut by Luke Chapley. Just didn't seem to have his hands up on that one, and he wasn't able to catch it.
That's Matt Molnar down low, and he throws up a shot. And a foul called on Jonah Gans once again. Jonah just having some tough luck on the defensive side of things, as Mission will have a 1-and-1 here.
That was a good pass by Jonah Gans on the offensive end. Matt Molnar needs to convert those shots so close in if the Wolverines want to get back in this one.
And Matt Molnar only having 3 points on the night. Never a big scorer, but you'd like to see him put in a little bit more points for the Wolverines, as this one's short. And Matt will grab the rebound. So Scott Lynn's bringing it up. Looking to drive in the lane again. This time Stone stuffs him, but Luke Chapley with the board and able to put it back in.
Another great hustle play by the Wolverines. Good job by Luke Chapley to stick with the play.
As Kramer will slow it up a little bit here for Mission and look for a play. Give it off to Redfield, guarded by Fisher. Jaleel will get the ball here. Looks to drive in on Luke Chapley. Luke does a good job of altering the shot, and Jaleel not able to put it in. Brian Fisher will bring it back up the floor. Scott with a nice move left, looking to Matt, and Scott Lynch just continuing to have an excellent game here tonight.
Yeah, great pump fake by Scott Lynch. Drives, Drew saves Joan to him, and then was able to dish it off to Matt Molnar. Great job by Scott Lynch. He's having a wonderful game tonight.
That's Zeller giving it back off to Jaleel. Jaleel back to Zeller. Redmond in the corner. Luke falls down on the defense, but Redfield's pass intercepted, and Brian Fisher comes up with it. Nice defense by the Wolverines, even after Luke Chapley slipped on the play. That's Scott Lynch with the jumper, and he drains it. That's a 2-point jumper from Scott Lynch. And a timeout called by Mission, as they've seen their lead evaporate all the way down to 8 points here. And just Scott Lynch just having a wonderful game tonight, Sammy.
Scott Lynch is honestly the only reason that the Wolverines are still in this game. And he's having a tremendous night. As you said, probably the best game of his career so far. And, I mean, I just can't see him doing any better tonight.
Scott Lynch is really putting the team on his back, if you will, tonight. Just making some great plays, making those shots, getting some excellent passes, and definitely the highlight reel plays when he gets in the paint, able to put the points up. Hopefully he's able to sustain it, and the Wolverines picking it up a little bit on defense, able to create some turnovers. That's helped him get back in the game as well.
Yeah, definitely. Wolverine, they just need to get some stops on defense, make sure the Diablos don't get any easy buckets, and they've done a good job of that in the past minute or so. But again, they've been fluctuating up and down as they haven't been able to remain consistently
Absolutely,
good.
Yeah, the Wolverines haven't been very consistent with stopping Mission Viejo. They do, and then they give up some more points. So with 4:02 left to go back to the game, it is 65-57, Mission Viejo on top. So Kramer giving it off to Zeller. Zeller to Ruland. Ruland working on Fisher. And the Wolverines create another turnover. Jonah Gans coming up with the ball. So Wolverines really have picked it up with the defensive intensity in the last minute or so. Let's see if they're able to convert again here. Scott Lynch with the ball. Give it up this time down to Fisher down low. Brian to Matt Molnar on the weak side. Matt getting his own rebound and able to put it in. Matt's got to make that one, but at least he got it back that time, able to put it in.
Yeah, good hustle by Matt Molnar, but as he said, he needs to put that in. And you can see the Diablos picking up on Scott's great game as they put Evan Zeller on him to kind of slow him down.
Yeah, Zeller a lot taller and a little bit stronger than Scott Linz, and Zeller at 6'3", Scott at about 5'11", so that's definitely a good defensive switch. As Brian Fisher drives left, puts it in. Nice shot by Brian Fisher. Brian Fisher's starting to come alive a little bit in the last couple plays. See if he can heat up a little bit. As Fisher working on Ruland.
Great defense by the Wolverines as they forced Diablo's coach to call another timeout. They've really picked it up defensively, and they're starting to narrow this lead down as it's down to 6 right now.
Yeah, and Matt Molnar definitely picking up a little bit more production on the offensive end. 4 points in the fourth quarter, and Scott Linz with 5 points, but you can't forget the couple of assists he's had that have been really helpful to the Wolverines. So we have 2:35 left here. The Wolverines only down by 6. What do they have to continue to do, Sammy, to really pull out the victory here?
Well, right now they're doing everything great. They're putting some pressure on the Diablos defensively and forcing some turnovers. And offensively, they're finding the open man and getting easy looks. Brian Fisher, who although has been stymied a little bit offensively, he's been able to find the open man when he draws the double team. So even though he's not putting up a lot of points, he's still being productive on the offensive end.
We're waiting for Brian Fisher to really get going a little bit, and it looks like he finally has just at the right time. As the Wolverine crowd chants, "It's not over" in the background. See if they can get some more stops here as Jaleel drives in, and that foul will be called on Luke Chapley as he gets him across the face. So Jaleel will go to the line. We've seen Jaleel really use his strength and his speed. He's a pretty big guy, able to be pretty quick down low and able to go to the basket very effectively. See if he can make the free throws here.
Yeah, he's definitely been a tough player to stop as he's got a lot of size and power on the Wolverines.
So Wolverine crowd coming a little bit back to life here with the closer game. Hopefully this isn't like the Elsinore game where the Wolverines will reach a plateau and then can't get beyond that. Getting within 3 points of Elsinore on Monday night and not able to come back from that as Jaleel puts in both of his free throws. We'll see if the Wolverines can get anything going on offense here as Brian Fisher brings it up the court. Jaleel working on him. Spin move inside, looking for a pass to Molnar, but a foul will be called on Jaleel. You gotta like that matchup for Mission Viejo. Jaleel, such a big guy working on Brian Fisher, who's really used to be able to really move players out of his way at will, if you will. I mean, in the Seaview League, Brian Fisher easily the most athletic guard by far. But playing Mission Viejo, Jaleel really giving him a tough matchup as he knocks down the first 1-and-1, and he'll get another attempt.
Yeah, Jaleel is definitely bigger than Brian Fisher and more physical player, but at the same time, he's got that quickness to be able to guard Fisher, so definitely a tough matchup for Brian.
So Brian makes the 2 free throws, and it's back to 6 points. This is Kramer that goes in with the easy shot. Wolverines unable to stop the ball on that one, and Scotland brings up the ball again. That's Fisher with the 3, and he banks it in. Nice shot from Brian Fisher, and the lead now down to 5 with 1:50 to play.
Not the way you wanted to see it go in, but 3 points is 3 points, and he's happy to see that one.
Absolutely. Everyone will echo you on that one. It doesn't matter how they go in at this point, is that shot by Jaleel way off. And a foul called on that shot.
That seemed to be a little bit of a questionable foul as Redfield just kind of threw that one up there.
Yeah, wasn't even really looking at the basket, just kind of chucked it over his head and able to draw the foul. Diablo's kind of getting a little bit of breaks on the official side of things tonight as Redfield's able to make his first one.
Still plenty of time in this one for the Wolverines to come back.
Especially Redfield missing that second free throw. And yeah, we have 1:30 left. Definitely plenty of time for the Wolverines. Can't turn the ball over here, that's for sure. As they give the ball to Brian Fisher, will work on Jaleel again. That pass down to Luke Chapley down low, and he will throw up an air ball. Don't like to see that one.
Yeah, Luke Chapley seemed to be looking for someone to pass to, and he'd already left his feet, so he decided to shoot it.
Nice pass by Evan Zeller to Max Redfield, as that was a nice, easy two for Diablos. As Jonah Gans comes back and knocks down the three.
A crucial three by Jonah Gans to bring the Wolverines back in this one. And Coach Barnett takes a timeout to kind of gather his Wolverine players and slow up the game a little bit. Minute left in this game, 5-point deficit. The Wolverines definitely have a good chance of coming back.
Absolutely, that was a critical three by Jonah. Aliso Niguel really need to score there, and scoring so quickly only helped. So the Wolverines only down by 5, as you were saying, 74-69. We have 1 minute left. Aliso needs to just get some stops on the defensive side and then come back and make those threes, make those good jump shots. So Mission Viejo, you've had the Wolverines come back from pretty much a 15-point deficit, now back to within 5. What do you do here to slow down these Wolverines?
Well, I mean, the Wolverines have been getting some open looks down around the basket as one of their players drives, and then the Diablos double team that player, and the Wolverines are able to find the open man around the hoop. So they need to do a better job of staying on their feet and kind of getting their hands in the passing lanes to deflect the ball and prevent an easy basket.
So Diablo's bringing the ball up here as the Wolverines tighten the pressure a little bit. Critical possession for Mission Viejos. The clock already coming down to about 50 seconds. So the Wolverines will double. Kramer holds it.
Diablo's looking to waste the clock as Jonah Gans fouls Evan Zeller.
Yeah, and the clock down to 43 seconds. Got to take that foul if you're the Wolverines. Can't let the clock run out here. Got to hope that the Diablos will not be able to convert from the free throw line. So a second really close game in this week, Sammy. First we had Elsinore, now Mission Viejo. Wolverines really doing a good job against these quality opponents that are ranked so much higher than them. Over 50 points higher, places higher than them in state, and really come out and play a very good game for the most part here. But of course, this one's not over. Still only down by 6. Zeller will have one more free throw. And he'll miss it. Huge free throw missing by Zeller, keeping it a 2-possession game. O'Brien down to Jonah. Jonah will drive, and that shot is stuffed by Stone, rejected. You don't have to shoot the 3 there, Sammy, but I don't know if that was the smartest decision by Jonah to drive that one right there.
Well, Jonah Gans did a good job of pump faking, but Sage Stone is just so much taller that he was able to land on his feet and jump up back in and send that one home.
Yeah, Sage Stone, again, 6'7", been a huge presence for the Wolverine, or for the Diablos down low all night.
Jonah Gans checks out with 5 fouls. He's been a little quiet offensively tonight, but he did have that big 3 late in the fourth quarter to keep the lead close.
You hate to see Jonah have to leave the game at this point, as he is such a great 3-point shooter, obviously making a couple big ones tonight. Jake Smith will take his place, number 22. Jake a little bit more athletic, but definitely not the shooter that Jonah Gans is. And we'll have to see how that affects the Wolverines offense right here, as Mauricio Campos is also checked in. Jaleel with the free throw, and he will be able to knock that one down. Big free throw made there. Scott Lynch will run it up. 30 seconds to play. Scott Lynch driving in, and he will be able to draw the foul.
Seems like sort of a bailout for the Wolverines, as Stone, at least to me, seemed to be playing good defense as he had his hands straight up. But Scott Lynch will get the foul called and go to the line. Hopefully he'll be able to convert these as he makes the first one.
Scott Lynch really just been playing out of his mind tonight, and another nice decision there, being able to draw the foul.
Yeah, he's definitely taking over for the Wolverines on the scoring end as AJ Manigault checks in.
Scott Lynch makes the second. Mission will look to inbound it here. There's the Wolverines looking for a steal or a foul right away, only 28.2 seconds.
Coach Barnett going with a quicker lineup with A.J. Manigault and Connor Duff in.
And the Diablos able to get a timeout down there in the corner. I don't know about that one. It looked like Scott Lenz was able to grab the jump ball there at the last second, but the referee giving Mission the timeout.
Yeah, and even other than that, the officials have to be they need to call the foul quicker on that play, as they know that the Wolverines are trying to foul or looking to foul to stop this clock. So they got to kind of help the Wolverines out by calling that foul quickly. They can't wait. And
yeah, definitely. You'd like to see that go both ways, as of course the officials know when the team is playing the foul. Looks like they should be able to give it to them a little bit quicker, especially when you're double teamed in the corner like that. Either way, Mission Viejo will have the ball. We're at 24.9 seconds and Aliso down by 5. Aliso really needing to get lucky with the turnover or a jump ball or something here and try to get this deficit down to a single possession.
Yeah, you definitely want to go for the steal first, but if the Diablos are able to inbound it, they'll definitely be looking to foul quickly, because there's only 25 seconds left of the clock.
Interesting substitution as number 12, Connor Duff, checks in. And Scott Lenz will get the foul off, and that shot is drained. Nice shot by Michael Kramer, just chucking it up there. It doesn't count, but Mission Viejo's fans going crazy, pretty excited. So Zeller will have 2 shots. He misses the first.
Evan Zeller, that's the second fourth quarter free throw he's missed. I mean, he's definitely missing some crucial free throws here late in the fourth.
Yeah, surprised to see that, absolutely, as these free throws could really put the game away for Mission, but as it stands, Aliso Niguel still has life, only down by 5. He misses the second, so wow, 2 big free throws missed. And Scott Lenz driving the other way, and he will miss the shot. Luke Chapley gets it back, and he will get a foul called.
Good job by Scott Lenz to get a quick layup. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to get the foul or the bucket. And good hustle by Luke Chapley to come down with the board and put it back up. And
yeah, Luke Chapley definitely in the right place for that one, able to grab the board. As the first free throw falls, barely. That was a close one right there, as Aliso Niguel only down by 4 now, and Luke Chapley see if he can make this next free throw. Manigault will check back in.
Connor Duff waiting to check in for Luke Chapley if he makes this one. Barnett strategy to go with a quicker lineup to get the foul faster.
And Luke Chapley making 2 gigantic free throws. Really had to have those right there. The Wolverines now only down by 3. Great job by Luke Chapley. As we see a new little rotation check in, Connor Duff now in as well for Luke Chapley. A quicker lineup, Connor Duff getting the foul called. Of course, this helps the Wolverines. Of course, the starters have a lot of fouls already now at the end of the 4th, and Connor Duff can pick up these fouls without any worry.
Michael Kramer going to the line now. You'd like to foul Evan Zeller, as obviously he's missed some crucial free throws here, but let's see if Kramer is able to put these down.
So Wolverine crowd gets even louder, and Kramer's able to make the first. Big free throw by Kramer.
Yeah, Kramer, big free throw by Kramer to put it back to a 2-possession game.
And Kramer making 2 huge free throws, another 2-possession game right now, as Brian Fisher will step back for the 3, and he will drain it. As the clock continues to run here, and finally fouled with 2.1 seconds. Wolverines very angry, wanting to know why the clock didn't stop, or at least why there wasn't a delay of game call.
Brian Fisher arguing, but he needs to shut his mouth and let Coach Barnett take care of this one, as he doesn't want to pick up a second technical.
So talking to the ref, it looks like the Wolverines are only going to have 2 seconds left here. And yeah, you're right, can't pick up the technical, but doesn't do that. And as the Wolverines down by 2, Mission Viejo with the free throws. That's Kramer at the line. He can put the game away here with this make if he makes it. And he does. And that looks like it'll be game for Mission Viejo. As Brian Fisher will get the ball, puts it up from half court. And that's it. That's that, Sammy. Mission Viejo with the 80-76 win.
Heartbreaking loss for Aliso, but I mean they had a good run late in the fourth quarter to bring this one close, led by Scott Linz, who had a terrific game. Unfortunately, they just weren't able to make the full comeback.
Yeah, the Wolverines really have to take out a lot of positives from this game. However, Scott Linz playing unbelievably, and of course just able to keep almost beating the number 3 team in Orange County tonight. Mission Viejo in the top 30 in the state. Very well done by the Wolverines tonight. They can take a lot of positives out of this game, even though they were unable to come up with the victory. So looking ahead, Aliso Niguel will have a couple of games upcoming, and they will go back into league schedule this week. Elsinore and Mission Viejo both non-league, so both of these losses not counting, basically in league standings.
Yeah, Wolverines definitely proving tonight that they're able to compete with the top teams in the county. And I mean, unfortunately, the Wolverines weren't able to play consistently throughout all 4 quarters of the game. They struggled a little bit in the third quarter.
Yeah.
And that just seems to be how it goes for the Wolverines this year, as they seem to be able to play at most only 3 quarters of the game well.
Yeah, we echo that from last year as well, where they were sometimes unable to close out. But once again, Mission Viejo, very excellent team, and Wolverines did a very good job tonight. If you look at it in total points tonight, Brian Fisher ending up with 20, Luke Chapley with 8, Scott Linz with 23. So Scott Linz leading the Wolverines tonight. Scott Linz just playing an amazing game.
I believe that's his career high for Scott Linz. Not usually much of a scorer, as
absolutely.
He's more of the facilitator for the Wolverines, but he did an excellent job tonight to kind of put the Wolverines on his back and leave them with points scored.
Yeah, absolutely. Gans and Molnar both with 7 points. So thank you for tuning in tonight. As we will wrap it up here from Aliso Niguel, I'm Kaard Bombe, Sammy Nabahani, along with broadcaster Rob Krohn right behind us producing the show tonight. Chris Crane on camera, Nick Vincent on camera, and Nathan on camera. We thank you all, and we hope you turn into the next game. Thank you very much. Good night.